Good evening, officers. My name is Ashish Jain. I am 22 years old and I am giving this statement to report the horrific crimes committed against me by my father, Ashish Jain, and the lack of action by the police despite my repeated complaints. I have lived independently at Simran PG Ghaziabad, Delhi NCR for over 2 years while studying at Christ MW University, New Delhi, and supporting myself with a part time job completely separate from my parents who live in Uttar Pradesh. I have no mental health history, but my father, after a mental breakdown, has repeatedly threatened to kill our family with a gun and continues to make murder and suicide threats. He falsely claimed I was living with them, ran away, and was mentally ill, none of which is true. And he even kidnapped me on my way to university with the intent to traffic me, lying to the police and others by saying I fled his home. And after he threatened me at my apartment, I visited my university to discuss to transferring to another campus. And in an email to Mr. Lyons, a journalist who is investigating him, my father wrote, I am thinking of killing myself, but first I will kill you and then I will think about it. That's what he said, and revealing a recurring pattern of mental instability, as he is mentioned suicide before and he has a history of threatening to kill family members. He clearly states he wants to murder someone before taking his own life, showing a deeply troubled mindset, and his words sounds like that he has just given up on his own self, and he has lost all his self-worth, and he just plans to take others down before it's all over. In early February 2024, my father kidnapped me and held me captive for 7 months at his residence, flat number 802, Platina Heights, Firozabad, and I was restrained against my will, tied up hand and foot, physically prevented from leaving. During this time, I was brutally beaten with sticks and rods, which caused serious injuries, including hearing loss in my left ear. I was tied up and then sexually assaulted by 5 men who held me down and injected me with drugs and knocked me unconscious. My father even threatened to kill me multiple times, and the police have a recording of that. And I've been trying to get help from the police for over a year and a half. But nothing has been done. I have filed multiple verbal and written complaints at the Line Park police station, but no FIR has been registered. I have submitted the audio recording of my father attempting to kill me and the medical reports of my hearing loss caused by my father to the Superintendent of Police Firozabad and other police officials countless times, and even then no action was taken. On 8th May 2024, DSP Amrish Kumar personally took my verbal statement and promised that I will be rescued within 2 or 3 days. That was a lie. No FIR was registered, no investigation happened, and it all just felt like a sham. And I have provided all these statements on all these different dates, and you have not followed up on them. And I wonder why you're asking me for another statement if you're not going to take any action about it. And I have seen police officers accepting bribes from my father to ignore my case in front of me. The investigation report from the Superintendent of Police, Firozabad, which I received from an RTI request, claims I went somewhere without informing anyone, and that my mobile number 7900260103 was uncontactable. That's not true. The police knew I was leaving the city and they even asked me about it. My father illegally changed the ownership of my phone number without my permission, which is why I lost access to it. And he did this to cut me off and make me seem uncontactable. I have sent you evidence on emails, WhatsApp messages, including proof of my father trying to kill me multiple times. But neither the police nor the Superintendent of Police Firozabad Saurabh Dixit have taken any action. The reports claim that there is just no supporting evidence and it is just an excuse to avoid investigation because I have provided ample amount of evidence to you. And I have filed 5 RTI applications with the Superintendent of Police Firozabad office since November 2024 to get information, but they have dodged every single one of them and they have just given excuses about it. And on 9 September 2024, the City Magistrate of Firozabad, Mr. Rajendra Kumar, issued an order stating that as an adult, I have the right to make my own choices and go wherever I want. I left Firozabad on 11 September 2024 and my family knew about it. My father keeps filing false complaints with the police claiming that I am missing even though I am active on social media and I am clearly safe. And after the magistrate's order, I was placed in a protective location at Parador Hotel in Firozabad to keep me safe. But I believe my parents bribed the police officials to get my confidential location because on the same day, my mother Babita Jain and my sister-in-law Princy Gupta Jain showed up at my hotel room, defying the magistrate's order, and it felt like they were trying to intimidate me and it put my safety at risk. My father even emailed the Director General of Police, Lucknow DGP, on 29th July 2024 claiming he returned my belongings and he's letting me leave. That's a lie, never happened, never gave me anything back. He kept me locked up. That email is in itself is a proof that he admitted to confining me. My parents took me to a dozen psychiatrists, paying them to prescribe powerful off-label drugs. The mix of those medications were incredibly dangerous and can be life-threatening as well. They forced me to take them and I believe they were trying to make me sick or they were trying to kill me. And on 28th September 2024, my father asked the DGP to have me admitted to the Institute of Mental Health and Hospital IMH Agra, falsely claiming I was suicidal. I have never been suicidal and there's no evidence of any mental illness. And he claimed that I was treated at IMH Agra on 27th March and 14th April by Dr. Abhimanyu Singh. That's false. I want to clarify that I only visited IMH Agra once and I didn't visit IMH Agra or see any doctor on April 14th. I was not treated there. Dr. Singh did not even speak to me for 5 minutes. He said nothing and just told me to leave. My father then spoke to him privately for about 30 minutes and returned with medicines. No one told me if I was diagnosed with anything or what medications were these for. They said I should just return and the IMHH report listed my symptoms as irritability, crying spells, conflicts with family, running away from home, suspiciousness and prioritizing talks with my teacher. I wish to clarify that my behavior was a normal response to being confined and physically assaulted for 7 months. My education was unjustly taken away from me and I was abducted from my home. As a result, it is understandable that I would feel distressed, cry, have conflicts with my family and attempt to escape. I was suspicious because my parents drugged me and threatened to kill me. I contacted my teacher for help so that he can help me rescue from that place or get me out of that situation. The report also falsely claimed I consumed alcohol 7 to 8 times, which is a blatant lie. I was confined the whole time and I never drank. I was never admitted, treated or diagnosed at IMH Agra. Even my gender and religion were recorded wrong in the outpatient case sheet, which makes this whole thing completely unreliable. And both my parents have repeatedly claimed that I am dead and that I was kidnapped and killed by Mr. Lyons. All of it is completely nonsense, obviously, as I'm alive. My teacher has never even met me because he lives in Mexico. My parents knew my teacher well enough and they even hired him themselves. My mother had a video call with him a few years ago, and recently, in December 2023, she was emailing him, thanking him for his guidance and asking for help with our family issues because my father was acting increasingly erratic and aggressive. My father but continued to lie, claiming on 5th October 2024 that my teacher, Mr. Lyons, emailed him saying that my dead body is at some Tihar ashram. I'm alive, no such email exists. On 11th October, 16th December, and 6th January 2025, he kept reporting me as missing despite my clear presence online. He's also admitted to stalking me, hacking my accounts, and accessing my banking details, including my new SBI and HDFC accounts. He stole my Aadhaar card and other identity documents, and on 11th May 2024, he illegally transferred my phone number to his name using my stolen Aadhaar card. He then used my phone number to change my Aadhaar records on the same day, and I have evidence to prove that. He has even tried to open commercial accounts in my name for his tax fraud schemes. And HDFC Bank shared my confidential account details, including transactions, location, phone number, with the cybercrime department in Firozabad based on my father's false claims. On 14 November 2024, the branch manager, Mr. Asif Mehboob, gave me a reference number, and this reference number explicitly mentioned my father's name. But I was not provided with any explanation why did this happen? Why did they provide this information? They did not tell me, they did not give me any information, and this violates my right to privacy under the Supreme Court's 2017 ruling in Justice K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India. I've tried filing a complaint with the cybercrime unit, but they have ignored my calls and emails. My father's lies also don't stop. On 28 December 2024, he told the DGP I was being human trafficked, and earlier I was dead, now I was human trafficked apparently, accusing my teacher of managing my accounts. Completely false. On 2nd January 2025, he misrepresented a conversation claiming I was desperate for money when I only asked my mother to compensate me for stolen or damaged items like my MacBook. And the investigation report from 6th February 2024 is wrong too. It says I left my university without telling anyone, but I informed my father by phone call, and my teacher was in constant contact with my family. My father hacked my accounts, threatened to monitor me forever, and said that no police could stop him. He's made false claims about my teacher, Mr. Lyons, calling him a criminal with no evidence whatsoever. He admitted to beating me, causing my hearing loss, but then lied to the police saying he never abused me. And my mother also lied in the police statements, claiming that I never complained to the NCW even though I was locked up, and I had to appoint Mr. Lyons as my legal representative to file complaints for me. This abuse and these false allegations are ruining my life and putting both mine and my teacher's life in danger. And I'm an intern working as a journalist, and I won't stop until my father Ashish Jain and other corrupt police officials and everyone who is protecting him, corrupt police, corrupt officials, until they all are held accountable. And I demand strict and quick action. I demand urgent action. Thank you.